This is the back of the stick to get a little chopping in here. The thing is too tight. I can't possibly see what's going on here, but I know what's happening. And as I step back, I would expect to see a couple of things that I sort of like. Come back. Yes, it's getting better. Better, worse, you know. For me, it's just a question of feeling. It's all I am after, and I couldn't really say what feeling specifically. I can't say on my own. I just know when things feel, and like that's life to me. And the rest is waiting for Godot. There. I know when we rode horses, it always felt automatically. Why? Well, maybe because you're walking on the edge of a cliff a little. You never know what's going to happen next. And if I'm sure of it, I'm not sure of my family, who are all young ages and roaming, and what could happen. On the other hand, nice things happen. Stepping back. Yeah, that's loosening up a little bit. But there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that's going to, I'd like to wash on this, but you can't wash wet on wet and get away with it very much. I don't think. I'll find out. There. Well, maybe you can. Yeah, I try a little over in here. Try not to get too muddy. There. One of the glories of acrylic for me in the beginning were that oil takes so long to dry, and it's wet on wet for a day or 2 days until it's dry. You can't really handle it. And acrylics, either forcing it with a heater or just, you know, having some sun hit it or something, you know, and an hour later you're working on it and you're fine. Try that with an oil, you're going to have a peeling canvas. Ooh, that helped. A little looseness. So that's something I'll probably do later on a second hand after it's all dry and I take a look at it at a different time. The actual physical lines as I look at it now of the shapes of the figures I'm going to define later on. It's just a roughie now. Let's see. No. I don't know what I'm looking for over there, but it isn't that. It isn't what it was either. And he just couldn't stop. He just went on by almost everything. There's that portrait of Siri. No, the one of Siri in a chair I did. There's one of that Lisa has in her house. That is just fabulous, and everybody said, "Boy, that's you know, that was Fritz Mooney." Yeah, that was Fritz Mooney, but it was done in my studio, and we yanked it. Barbie yanked it right off the easel. She wouldn't let him go any further.
Yeah.
Pwah! And just took it away. And yeah, it's fabulous. And going. He just went on, and it's just one of those things. Goes for every one of us. But you ruin a few, and it's dug into your being. Hey, watch it. I don't know how anybody can judge a work at the time they're painting anyway. Ooh, that's nice. As it comes in and it digs in there. There, but then comes the problem. Something that's nice, and nice being it has a feeling to me. It does something in here. But because it does something and is good here, doesn't mean that here and here and here and here, and you go use it all over the place. And that tends to happen too because you never knew how to do things at first, and as you learn how to do them, you develop a big bag of tricks, and that can be really in your way. There's something to say for innocence. Anyway, this is all the kind of stuff that mostly people in businesses and offices and blah 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 just don't get involved in. Nobody, I mean, who would ever speak in those terms? But that's what it is, completely in the arts, one way or the other. It's how you're saying something in whatever medium you're working in. Yeah, they're getting a little more defined now, but they would be a lot more if I just let it dry and going. But on the other hand, you're not going to be here to shoot this, so we'll work it a little more.
Show a comparison with the other.
Yeah, and then don't ask me why. It just needs something to break up the eye and going. Yeah, if you're looking and you see this line happen, you say, ooh, what's that line or something. But if you're not, it's just part of the whole thing, and it fractures the look and maybe brings it somewhat toward what you want it to be, having a feeling. This can be done with these tubes too, but only when they're clean and they flow well, which they don't now. Whoop. Like, boom, it's too heavy. It ain't going to work. So, that's all right. Yeah. It's heavy-handed. So, where's my black? Where is my black? Donde va? Negro. Here. That's all right. I love black. I love Goya's blacks, obviously. Whew, what an artist. What a hand. The drawings, not only the blacks that were done directly on wall toward the end of his life, and his Casa del Sordo, the deaf one. Being deaf is sort of, that's another plus along the line. You're left alone. You don't have sounds to interfere as much. It doesn't mean feelings are less or anything. Yeah, the black is helping. I can go too far though too. On the other hand, let's see what happens when I just go on the side there to stop it in the end. On one side, and then down here, more or less. Whoop. That's about it. And one little in there. There. All right, now I'm going to step back and look. It feels good, so I come back. Well, that helps. All right, now I'm forcing the issue, though. It really has to dry.